What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers, and break down what's happening with the market moving forward and how things are looking when it comes to news and the charts. But let me just mention that I'm not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, for Tesla, I just wanted to mention that so far, we're actually below our 200 EMA. Tesla's not doing a good job at trying to reclaim this 215 area, and we're looking more bearish thus far, breaking this low right here. So we're going to be watching to see this 207 zone. We called out this 206 to 207 area to be watching for first support. If that breaks, Tesla could be dipping all the way down towards even lower levels like 202 and then 200. So we're still looking more bearish. We're just barely holding up right now, and we're showing a lot of weakness, at least in the markets. So the question is, what's going to happen from here? So I'm going to break down more information about that. As a reminder, the unemployment numbers came out, and they're still showing signs that unemployment is once again above expected. And then other payrolls are also, in my opinion, below expectations, which is showing some signs that labor market is continuing to contract. So the market had a negative reaction to these labor numbers, and then there's also a lot of news coming out involving, some very very tense situations in the Middle East. That's still making a lot of headlines as I speak. So we're going to be watching to see how things end up going. All of this is very very negative for the markets. As far as Tesla goes, we're going to be looking at this very important support zone. We're trying to hold around this 210 area. Let's hope we try to hold it. To turn back to bullish, or at least to try to bounce back up to get some kind of move for the bulls, we need to see Tesla close above 215 or at least hold above that. That's our 4-hour 200 EMA. If we fail to reclaim 215, Tesla's at risk of even more downside, and we could continue to see this bearish trend perpetuate. We had this high up here in this 270 area, and since then Tesla's been on this big downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. We also lost the lows that we made in on July 25th, just a couple of days after earnings. So that's a bad sign, and Tesla's still showing weakness favoring the downside trend. We could try to rebound if we reclaim 215, but so far Tesla has not done that, and we're still favoring the bears. For SPY, we're looking pretty weak right here, but we're going to be looking to see how we end up reacting to support. Our support, which is worth watching for, is at not just 528, but I'd say like 528 is one support here. But another critical support is also at 525. So I'll be watching each of those levels. We have this 528 zone, then 525 to be watching for. We'll see how SPY ends up reacting to these areas. So far, there are buyers trying to defend 528, but even if they are defending it, we're still breaking structure. We're still making lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So it's still on a bearish trend. If we do try to bounce, so it is very possible that if we do end up testing that 528 area and we do see a little rebound, to turn back up, you need to try to break at least above 536. If we break past 536 and close above this, I will be looking for a counter trend move. So far, we have not done that. We haven't been able to break past 536. So we have to be very, very patient, at least nonetheless. That's going to be very important. So I think that this is important for us to kind of be patient with the way the market's moving. This trend is still more bearish. So right now, we're trying to reclaim 530. If that fails, watch 528. If 528 fails, we'll be looking for 525. Resistance, watch 532. If we break that, I'll be looking for the mid 530s, like 535 to 536. And to be looking for a balance, you need to reclaim 536 at least. Otherwise, we're still on a very, very big downtrend. We're still looking more bearish. Same thing with the ES. We got this big rejection. We came all the way down to this target at 553.40. This is where support happens to be. If we lose this, we could be dipping all the way down towards the 5300 flat area. We have a head and shoulders like structure on ES. It still looks very bearish. We'll have to reclaim 5400 to try to bounce, but as of right now, we're still looking pretty weak. Very, very lackluster price action. For SPX, we're barely holding our 200 EMA at the 5300 area. If we lose this, we'll be looking for a continuation lower, and that could drag us all the way down to much lower levels, such as 5280, then eventually down here where this imbalances happen to be. To be bullish, you want to try to break back up above 5380. If we reclaim that, we could try to fill the gap above, but like I said before, we're still looking more bearish. For Nvidia, we're also looking a little bit more bearish. If you look at this trend, Nvidia has been continuing to fall in terms of the overall momentum. I want to see if we could reclaim a 112 to turn back up. We are seeing buyers trying to bring it back up, and we ended up dipping all the way down to about 100, a little bit above that. We're still seeing buyers defending it, so watch to see if we could reclaim 108, and eventually 112. Otherwise, we're just kind of shuffling within a range right now. We are seeing some buyers trying to defend it at around 100, so we'll see if this holds. If we do hold above this, I'll be looking for 112. We'll see if we reclaim that. But like I said before, it's still on a downtrend. To be really bullish, you have to try to close above those levels. The downtrend is still here, so you want to be very careful with the way Nvidia is moving. Bitcoin took a big hit. It's down 3%. Our key supports at this 62,500 area. We are seeing buyers defending it again, but like I said, the trend is still quite weak. QQQ took a big hit. It's down at 2.4%, dropping quite a bit. What's interesting is we have 450 is a very interesting area of confluence for support. If we fail to claim that, we'd be looking for a move back down to 448, eventually 444. Remember, I called out 444 in my morning video. That's exactly where we ended up going to. And now we're going to be watching to see if we can reclaim 450. If we do reclaim that, we have a gap to fill above. So 450 ends up getting reclaimed. Watch 452. If we reclaim that, we could fill the gap above. As of right now, we're shuffling just under 450. So we're still looking kind of weak, but we'll have to see if we can try to hold around this area. For a few more, we have the IWM looking more bearish. We lost this 210 support. We're continuing to fall. We came down to 207. If that breaks, we have 203. If we hold this, look at 210 as resistance. It is possible we try to rebound just a bit, but we're still looking kind of lackluster. Amazon is down 9% right now, dipping quite a bit. We're going to be looking to see how it ends up reacting to key supports. We're all the way down here at 167. Look at resistance at 170 and 172. Look at support at 165. Overall, we're still continuing to fall, so give this some time. And note that Amazon still has weakness that's developing. For Apple's getting bought back up, luckily, thanks to its earnings. Earnings were not bad for Apple. It dipped a bit only to get bought back up. So we're looking at 222 as resistance. This is not really that big of a move. We were actually here yesterday, so it's just, a normal move. Look at 222 as a resistance zone and 221.4. If we fail to break that, we could return back down to 220. Overall, it's kind of shuffling and still trading within a range. For others out there, we have Meta. Meta has been dipping a little bit. Look at the support at 488. If we hold this, we could try to rebound. If not, we'll be looking for a move back down to 483. I think we're just going to shuffle and maybe try to rebound. We'll see if we can try to make our way back up to 500 or not. Microsoft is continuing to fall. Watch and see this 410 resistance. If we fail to reclaim that, we could continue to dip back down to the low 400s. So watch and see how that reacts. It's still looking more bearish. So is Google. We have 168 as support. If that fails us, I'll be looking for 166. We have resistance at 170. We still look more bearish in my opinion. So the market is still favoring the downside. There are buyers trying to defend us right now, but we haven't reclaimed key levels to try to bounce. We need to see if Tesla could try to get back above 215. If it does do so, it could try to rebound going into next week. If not, it's not looking too good so far, and the trend is still more bearish for Tesla Spy and the others. So keep that in the back of your mind, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you guys have a great day. This is going to be your quick update, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.